So you're probably watching this video probably because you just started the gym, or you've started the gym, you kind of went already, had your first few days or maybe your first week or month, but you still don't know what you're really doing. You're not really growing any muscle. The scale on the weight scale is still the same, or it's not going up because you're trying to bulk, or it's not going down because you're trying to lose weight. So the thing is, I went through both stages. I was 240 pounds back then, cut all the way to like 145. Realized that I was not on the right nutrition plan or any kind of plan. Then, I was skinny fat, then bulked up, boom, here today, right? And from both sides, from the perspective, you can say, oh, what is harder and what is what? And in this video, I really want to focus on how I would go back and start from the very, very beginning of my gym journey when I first started lifting weights, when I was bulking and when I was skinny fat. That's when I first started the gym, right? I would go back, and there are three super important things. With being skinny fat, I just couldn't accept the way my body looked. I was like, bro, I look so bad. Like, I need to grow some muscle. And that's when I joined my local PF and started lifting based off very limited knowledge of what I learned from a weightlifting elective class in high school that I didn't even pay attention to half the time in an Instagram reel. Number one, and the most important point is, first, I will need to understand what I'm doing at the gym and then have a plan from there. So let's talk about the plan. First of all, we would need to set up a split. What is a split exactly? A split is every day you train a different muscle group. And the split I use is push, pull, legs, rest, chest, back, shoulder, arms, legs, rest. And it's divided into 8 days, right? Spread it throughout the 7 weeks. And so on a push day, for example, you're working your chest, your shoulders, and your triceps, because those muscle groups are connected together and you're pushing on the weight. And with pull day, the next day, you're doing your back and your biceps and your forearm, because with those movements, you're pulling the weight, right? With the chest and shoulders, you're more of pushing it, doing lat pull downs or bicep curls, you're pulling the weight. And then we just do legs. And the chest, back, shoulder, arms thing is kind of just an Arnold split that, I really like to do, pair it up like a push and pulling muscle together. But there's many splits you can do. You can do the push, pull, legs, rest, or push, pull, legs, rest, and then repeat. Or you can even do the Arnold split, or like a 4-day split where you're just doing push, pull, legs, and maybe shoulders. So whatever works for you, how many times you could go to the gym a week, your split should be at least 5 to 4 days a week, or 6 days even, at the gym. We would also want to progressive overload on the lifts. Now, what is progressive overloading? It's basically where every week you take the weight either up by a pound or 0.5 pounds, or however much you can do, or you just do extra reps of that weight, right? I didn't understand this concept back then when I first started lifting until I really started learning about bodybuilding and educating myself, with bodybuilding and powerlifting. And the thing about progressive overloading is it makes sure that you're getting stronger every single week. Because back then, for example, I was stuck on the seated rows at 90 pounds back then. And I was like, why am I not getting stronger on this? Why am I not getting stronger on this? It's because you need to track it. You need to know how much you're going up by. See, I'm going to do 90 pounds for 12 reps. By next week, I should do 90 pounds for 13 reps. Or heck, I even increase the weight by 95 and I get in 10 reps. And then you just keep going up. I like to go up a weight every 12 to 14 reps. So if I'm doing an incline Smith press and I get 145 on it, boom. Next week I'm doing 150, 155 for 8 to 10 reps. And then I keep working my way up through those reps. And that's how you know you're getting stronger every single week and month. And also with the first point, you want to make sure you're training with intensity. Now, you need periods where after every set you need to take a rest for around 1 to 3 minutes. I prefer, but I prefer the 2 minutes, 3 minutes. Just make sure you're getting a good sweat in. And with intensity, you want to actually make sure, you're not just winging the workout and not working hard. You need to put actual effort into the workout. And that was the biggest mistake I made when I started lifting weights, was I was putting no effort into the reps I was doing, just halving it, And really with like the intensity, you need to make sure that you're developing your mind to muscle connection. What is that exactly? So your muscle has an eccentric and a concentric. So concentric is when you're, pulling it or pushing it. And then when you go out to go back to the stationary movement, to the movement where you first were, that's the eccentric. I like to speed up the concentric. So I'm using bicep curls, for example. And then an eccentric, I'm just letting it go slowly. That way I feel my muscle fibers and I feel the stretch. And that stretch, bro, it grows your muscle like crazy. Highly recommended. Second point, I would do more weight training than cardio. Now with cardio, I did a bunch of cardio back then. But the thing is, when you're building muscle, weight training just helps so much. Like with cardio, you're only going to be burning calories and fat. It's highly recommended for fat loss, but the thing is, with weight training, you're actually burning fat and building muscle over that fat mass, which is a great thing. And I underestimated this back then. I would underestimate this like all the time. So definitely just recommend doing weight training first, and then you go and do your cardio, right? And another thing I like to add on to this second point, it's not related, but I thought about it, and it's like, you really need to work on your mentality, your mental health. Because when you're like out of focus, or you're having a bad day, or like you didn't get a good stretch in, you're going to the gym tired with nothing in your stomach, you're exhausted. It's like, of course you're not going to have a good lift. You need to make sure you're going in and being prepared and telling yourself, I'm going to have a good lift today, and I'm going to work hard, and I'm going to achieve my dream physique. I am. Affirmations, right? Visualizations. You're just going in there with a mission, bro. You got to go in there with a mission to become the best. And the third thing, nutrition is so important. I just can't put into words how important the things you're putting into your body actually matter when it comes to you training and building muscle. And back then, what I would eat, guess what I would eat? I wouldn't eat the chicken and rice. No, I wouldn't eat the high protein meals. No, I was eating whatever my mom was cooking, eating out junk food, and getting out food like almost every day. Which the problem with those foods you're getting out is they're high in sodium, low in protein, and they're processed. They're not clean. They're not really going to build you as much muscle as eating whole foods, as eating those clean foods. And once I stopped, started eating more clean whole foods, adding more protein into my diet, and making sure I'm getting in my protein, those clean foods, then I started growing more muscle from there. Big tip on protein, bro. Make sure you're getting per gram of protein per body weight or more. Let's say I want to bulk up and I weigh 165. You should be getting at least 165 grams of protein, or even more, like around 185, 200, whatever your goal weight is. With fat loss, just keep it at 165 or even up your protein, because when I'm on a cut, it's easier for me to get leaner, and it's easier for me to grow muscle and keep my strength, while I'm on the cut, because I don't want to lose strength, undereat calories, undereat protein, and get weaker in my lifts. It'd be nice, to get stronger and stronger and stronger and progressive overload, like I was saying previously. So those are the three main things that if I were to go back to the gym 2 years ago when I first started, I would go back and tell myself, hey, you got to fix that and do more research on it and consume more content. See, consuming content may be seen as a bad thing, but when it comes to learning a new skill and learning about bodybuilding and building muscle in the gym and starting in the gym, really going on YouTube and Instagram and TikTok like helps you so much, because then like you're getting all that knowledge in your head and you're like, wow, I'm enjoying this. I'm learning a new skill. I'm making progress, bro. Like, this inspires me to start taking progress pics, and then look, wow, I saw a new vein, a new striation, and the process is just beautiful, bro. It's a beautiful one. Just keep it up. Let me know if y'all got anything, any questions. If you want to start, you could DM me on Instagram or TikTok. I have free coaching since I'm a small YouTuber. And just comment. Just ask me for help if you